Alright, starting this video in the middle of troubleshooting, upgrading this guy again, because I got this just recently. It is the Power Leap K63 upgrade, and as you can see there, yep, AMD K63. Look at, man, this machine has L2 cache. So why am I running a memory test? Well, pop this guy in, and Windows 2000 with blue screen all the time. So I've done a few things already. Trying a different power supply, that didn't work, although I think I might just install that one in this machine because that one did have a little issue with not turning on all the time. This guy might be a little more reliable in that area, but that didn't help. Thought it might be the ATI video card. No, when I use the onboard, it's still blue screened. Let's see, it has 72 megs of RAM right now because I popped these two sticks out because officially this machine does not, well, it says it doesn't support more than 72 megs. Well, that didn't help either. Popping the K62, the Evergreen, back in here, it ran just fine. So I am currently seeing what happens with this test, if this actually continues to run, and it's running fine. It's just when it gets into the Windows 2000 desktop, it gives me problems. So maybe a reinstall of that, maybe try a different OS, maybe go to Windows 98. I don't know, but first this has to complete its test, and we will continue from there. So hopefully the next portion of this video, we'll have some better news. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Well, we passed all the memory tests. It's been running for an hour and 16 minutes. No lockups, no freezing, no reboots, whatever. So I guess that's encouraging. So the next part is to pop the added 32 megs or 64 megs back in and see if we can install an OS and see if and when it bombs out on that. As an aside, I've been getting some phone calls about people's Windows XP machines and just not working anymore flat out. I don't know. I'm just trying to do an update, and this is a POS, and it's kind of funny because I started checking for updates the same time that this started the memory test, and yeah, we're still checking. It is running the first generation Pentium 4, but just thought I'd mention that because it was running at the same time, and it's still running while this completed the test. So as I said, next part is try to install an OS and see what happens. And we're off installing Windows 2000 again. After a bit of head scratching as to why when booting the CD, when it got to starting Windows 2000 setup, it had a inaccessible boot device blue screen. It was like, come on. Realized I pressed the F6 driver thing too late. Hitting it in time let me put the driver for the SATA controller and the I don't think I mentioned this on the earlier video about this, but it also does have the an IDE controller on it, which does support CD-ROM booting. But if those drivers aren't selected during the Windows startup, Windows setup startup, yeah, it won't be able to see the installation CD even. So, yeah, yeah. Oh man, a blue screen already, but no, that was preventable. And actually, I'll wait till the, this won't take that long, just copying the original, the first batch of stuff to the hard drive, to boot from the hard drive then. And I can just show you what it looks like when it says that there's, a boot CD available, or, I don't think a lot of cards actually support a tappy booting, so it's a neat little card. Definitely doesn't take, this machine does not take advantage of all the speed for, if it's 150 megabyte per second SATA. You saw that the, when it was doing the memory test, the memory throughput was to 62 megabytes per second. So, there's a little mismatch there. Oh, okay. Let's see. What is this? Okay. Cannot find it. Oh, maybe it's just a bad part of the disk. Oh, Nikes. Yep. Okay, that's not good. Well, we'll try something else. Well, Windows 98 is liking it a lot more. Got a lot further and seems to be installing properly. No problems, except for couldn't connect the optical drive to the SATA / IDE controller. I needed to put it on the system board for now, at least, because I don't want to muck around with getting a boot floppy to work with that card. If it goes well, I'll switch it over probably for the speed boost. But then, if there's any problems, I wouldn't be able to use the boot CD or any boot CD, unless I mucked around with, like I said, maybe I don't even know if there's actually DOS drivers for that. Good point. At any rate, this is going. It's installing. 7 minutes left, it says. 6, okay. I mean, the install is going pretty fast, so that's that, and it's still checking for updates. And in case you're wondering if it's doing anything, yeah. I was just thinking, if anybody would say that there's like a problem with the BIOS compatibility with it or anything, I did confirm. In fact, let me show you that this does. I'm going to download this so I have a copy. Compatibility. This is PowerLeap's website from archived version of it from 2001. And I was able to open up this page before. I don't know what's going on now. Oh, by the way, so Phoenix BIOS version 404. That's neat. Oh, here we go. So if we scroll down to Packard Bell, we see PB600. That's what we have in that system. Requires Phoenix BIOS 404 or greater. So we check off on there, and we do have a desktop. I don't know why I bothered to put a password in, because it's yeah, Windows 98. Who cares? Anyway, I'll do the 98, whatever, the latest update stuff in, the bundle, whatever, and see if it continues to function, I guess. Because right now, yeah, it has been working fine. So, continue on. Well, so much for that. I was copying over the Windows 98 updates and display driver, and I didn't like that. I'll try it again, but it's not very encouraging. So looks like I think I said this in the other video about it, that it doesn't like L2 cache, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with this system. In a way, kind of shocked that it, still runs, and with all the other stuff in it, building off of a 22-year-old board, with I don't know, 17-year-old parts as upgrades. Yeah, you'll have that. So I'll try one more time, but it looks like that K62 is going to be the end game for this. And oh, by the way, I mean, like when I was seeing this before, I mean, I did, make sure the voltages were right on the CPU, because that's what that yeah, that's what that that PDF was about, because I was able to get, yeah, yeah, this is exciting stuff. Maybe edit this out. And why the hell am I scrolling like this? Here, oh, okay. So here's all the settings. I mean, it wasn't set like this when I got it for a 400. And well, this is all the settings. The first three define the multiplier. The next next five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 define the voltage, and these are two other options. One of them is for, well, it breaks it down here. So here, 1, 2, and 3. So it was set to on, off, off. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, when I got it, it was set to the 2.2 volts, which is for the K62 Plus. K63 is on 2.4. And here's, I did both on these. This is AL1 compatibility. basically for HP Vectra and BioStar. And most systems will be unaffected. Yeah, I tried both ways. No go. This is CPU overheating. This was set to off when I got it. Turned it on this. So it says it will automatically drop 60% if it reaches 70 degrees Celsius or higher. So I mean, it will throttle itself, which is really neat. There is an to your reference 4 voltages. So I tried. These are getting high up there. That's not good. So I tried 2.2. When I got it, I just before I even looked at whatever this had for the information for the dip switches. Honestly, I just turned it on. The only thing that it would have been affected was the overheat. Ha! And the other pin, AL1 pin thing that didn't affect it at all. So it was just set to 2.2. I mean, if anything, under voltage is better than over voltage. So I mean, if there's going to be a problem, it'll just freeze up or whatever, and it did. That's what it did. Putting it to 2.4. This is what it's at, 2.4 right now. Having all these issues. 2.5, the machine wouldn't even begin to post. 2.3 had the same issues as 2.4. So, and I just want to keep it in that area. I don't want to go too high, too low. I know it happens too high. Well, that just doesn't work. So let's just do a reboot on here and continue on. But like I said, I think all this was for naught. So that K62. I really wanted to. It would have been a weird thing. I mean, it still could be a weird thing. I have a 233 megahertz machine upstairs. That's the maximum it could do is 233. It says socket 7. What it can do is do that socket 5 to socket 7 adapter with a 400 megahertz K62, and it could run at a 400 megahertz, which is kind of odd to put a socket 5 in for a socket 7 just to run a socket 7. Anyway, it would work, but I think that CPU is going to be needed here, unfortunately. This might be the last part of this. I don't know. We'll see how the rest of this goes. If it actually, runs and everything. If not, this would be the end of the video. So we'll see it. I claim defeat. Put the K62 back in there. We're going to power this on. Like I said, I didn't show this before, and I'm going to start from scratch again with Windows 2000. So this is going to work. This is it. That's all there is to it. I'm just going to film the first part of the installation, and we know all this works. Bootable CD was detected. Press any key. And so it's up to there. And here's where I had before. I need to press the F6. But so the CD-ROM is connected to there. Only thing that's different now is that this power supply is in. And this guy was working. Like I said, sometimes it had some issues starting up sometimes not. This one always turned on. Obviously, it's from a Dell. Damned if I know which one. At any rate, I'm not going to have any problems with this, but I'm also not going to have any L2 cache. One last thing before I leave. Let's just do this part. Specify. I don't know which disk it is. Nice unmarked discs, because they're only temporary. Yeah, that doesn't have it. So, is it this one? Has to be this one. Well, no, it has to be number 3 then. Yeah, there it is. So I need to load that up too. Oh, it's just rattling a bit. So, off with another installation of Windows 2000, and that's... Okay, I was going to say that's it, but no. Here, we have this. We have the Power Leap. I am going to install this. Oh, and by the way, here are the dip switches for the configuration. I'm going to install this on that Pentium MMX 233 upstairs. So it's not going to get a K6 400, it's going to get a K6 400. And part of me wants this to fail, because then I would know that this thing is not working, and it's not just because it's not working with this, because this thing doesn't work. If I could find another one of these, then it might actually finally work with that. Am I spending too much time and effort in a machine that's whatever? No, because it's fun. But anyway, we'll do this, everything, L. So, anyway, formatting the 60 gigabyte SSD. Depending on the status of that, then, I don't know. And the last thing, hours later, we are still checking for updates. And SVC host is still at 91%, 94, 92, whatever. So, take care. Bye.